You're watching Morning Coffee on Wayne 15 Plus, casual conversation that will fill you to the brim. The menu includes trending topics, current events, and a large side of fun. Grab your cup, pull up a seat, and join us for Morning Coffee.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee on this Tuesday morning. I'm Sierra Tubbs, joined by Greg Schaap, and Taylor King is here. Not in for Pat. Pat's off today, but in for the reporting slot this morning.
Yeah.
Back again.
Yeah. Tin Caps, home opener.
Woo-woo.
Exciting stuff, even though, Greg, it is
Yeah.
flipping cold outside.
So
But you get a BOGO.
that is so
Yes.
true. They'll be giving a lot of free tickets away today.
Yeah. What did Jaden say this morning? They told me 3,000 to 4,000 tickets that they sold for opening day, but I don't anticipate all those people going.
And it has to be used in April, so.
Oh, it does? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's at,
Yeah,
by the
they've
end
got
of the month.
inventory galore because it's a cold month.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
So the reason why you could get a free ticket today if you bought a ticket to the Tin Caps home opener is the 60-degree guarantee. And it is
no way.
guaranteed not happening
It's a
today.
toss-up, because what was it, 2 years ago? It was like 75 and
Yeah.
sunny. It was
I
beautiful.
remember one year I was reporting on their opening day, and I have a picture of just my feet at Parkview Field because it was so warm out, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, this is great.
Yeah.
So it's the start of a good season. Hopefully we'll get there warm. I mean, we're
We've
gonna.
had snow on opening day too. I mean, we've been snowed out a couple of times. First day ever that the Wizards, it was April 10th, I don't remember the year, but first day ever that the Wizards were supposed to play, 10 inches of snow.
That's
Yikes.
insane.
It was in April.
Yikes.
No thanks.
Yeah. And tonight is, what's the special tonight?
It's family feast night, so I think it's like $2 off hot dogs, popcorn, soft drinks, those things.
So bundle up,
Yeah.
get a deal. Those diehards will be out there.
Oh, yeah,
And
for sure.
again, you get another ticket for
Right.
sometime in April.
At least there isn't rain added to it.
Right.
No, there's no
right.
rain.
Yeah.
It looks.
It's going to be clear as a bell, so.
There is a game Thursday, right?
Yes.
It looks
yeah,
like the first Thursday is going to be
it'd
nice.
be really nice. I know. I wouldn't be surprised if they sell out that day.
Now,
so-
hopefully we don't get, there is a little bit of rain that comes in. I think it's going to come in later, but we'll see on Thursday night. But it is going to be very warm and windy. I mean, it's going to be in the 70s, so.
There you go.
Tomorrow's going to be a good day too. Tomorrow will be a great day
Yeah.
for baseball.
I mean, it looks beautiful right
Yes.
now outside,
Sure
which is
does.
such a deceiving thing. Blue skies, sunny skies.
Yeah.
I'm still like getting over that rain spell that we went through.
Yeah, that was a lot of rain.
Well, that's not over yet, so.
Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, Greg. Thanks.
Still got some rain most of next week. So.
But it'll be warmer. So.
Yes. But the warmer the air, the more moisture it holds. So,
You're just, digging in.
yeah.
But hey, what are we gonna do?
It's
that time of
springtime.
year.
Yeah. That's to be expected.
And that's going to be, I mean, if you look at climate, that's going to be a pervasive pattern. It's going to flood in the spring and probably be almost a drought in the summer. I mean, that's just going to be the pattern.
Jeez.
It's interesting to see, at least this go around, where has flooded versus some other places. Because I sent the email and you responded to it, how Eagle Glen in Columbia City is extremely flooded. I've never seen it flood like that before.
Yeah.
But the usual places that I see flooding didn't. So
Yeah.
either
And-
somebody's taking care of something or things are weird.
or the heavier the rain, the smaller the area that it falls in.
Okay.
A lot of the fields out that way too, I noticed, were
Yeah.
flooded a lot.
The good news is, working with farmers a lot over the last 10 to 15 years, their seeds are very expensive. I mean, seed companies are big bucks. And the seed is made for this kind of weather, for a wet spring and a dry summer. So it's made to
good.
actually withstand that kind of weather, and it will produce. I mean, the seed industry has just, I mean, the technology is phenomenal. So they can plant and still get a good yield. Now, if it's a terrible drought, you don't have any rain for like 6 weeks or whatever, that's not great. But if if you get a little bit of rain and it's a dry summer, it really doesn't matter.
And
because we're still going to have a good yield.
Has Mr. Hilger planted his strawberries yet? Do you know?
Well, they're perpetual. The
Are they?
plants are
I
there.
literally
Yeah.
am so dumb when it comes
Now,
to anything
I didn't
plant related.
hear from him this morning, but he probably, I imagine he was out flooding the strawberries
Yeah,
this
keep 'em
morning
warm.
to keep them at 32. So,
So
but
who is this?
Hilger's farm.
Joe Hilger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Greg
Yeah.
speaks with him often, so
Oh, all right.
I
Sorry,
knew his
little-
brother a long time ago.
it's our farm insight we usually have.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've talked to like almost every. There's an organization called the Soil and Water Conservation District,
Sure.
and it was created in the Roosevelt administration because you heard of that big dust storm that went across the entire country, and then finally made it to Washington D.C. And when it made it to D.C., the legislators were like, "Uh-oh," because that was all of the soil.
Seems like that happens all the time.
Yeah.
Once legislators get affected.
Yeah, but I mean, all of the soil that was, supposed to yield crops was all across the country. So the water, soil, and the water, soil conservation unit, basically, there's one in every single county. And they get federal funding, and they reward farmers for good practices, like erosion-free farming, no-till farming is another one that a lot of people are doing, and that saves the soil as well. So soil-saving things that farmers can do, they get rewarded. And it might be financial, it might be. They also have equipment that the farmers can borrow. So it's a win-win, and I've talked to almost every single county soil, water, and conservation unit. I've learned a lot, and then we go back and forth because I can tell them about climate, and they can tell me about, about farming. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, farming
Yes.
is it's a pretty huge industry.
Oh no,
Yeah.
absolutely is huge. One of my favorite rides at Disney World is called Living with the Land, and they actually go over a lot of farming techniques in it. And one of them is how to incorporate salt water instead of fresh water.
Which is a big thing in California. of
Right,
course.
and it's not ever something I think about because we're just surrounded by freshwater lakes and everything, and I
Right.
never really thought, yeah, the salt probably does put an impact on there, but it's such a valuable resource, why wouldn't we use
Well,
it? So.
and the one thing they haven't developed, I don't understand it. I know it's very, very expensive, but they've done it in Saudi Arabia and some of the other countries. They have to do it. Is desalinization.
I don't know what that is.
That's when you take salt water and turn it into drinking water.
Oh, okay.
You take the salt out of it, basically. There's enough seawater to do that. They're going to have to eventually do it in California because it's overpopulated. But and there's the rivers this year, everything melted too quickly. So the Sierra Nevadas are already melted, and usually that takes until July to melt, and so they're going to be in trouble again this year. So
Yikes.
it's desalinization is going to be something they're going to be looking at, and then that can help farming because they'll be able to irrigate. And I don't know if you look. If you go up towards farms in the northwest part of our area, and in Kosciuszko County, there's several too, that have irrigation. Their plants are great, their crops are great because they can water it every day. Especially, close to the lakes where there's a lot of water or groundwater, and those guys can water and they get great yields because they water every day.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about the rain.
Yeah, I mean, growing up near Lake Erie, obviously, we had a lot of farmlands, and irrigation is something that, is something we learn very early on in
on,
school,
yep. Yeah.
which, you don't think about when you move other places, so.
Well, and the groundwater table's pretty high right now too because of all the rain
Sure.
we've had. That's a benefit. The bad part is the flooding. Flooding is eventually going to, that's eventually going to soak in, and you're going to get. Hopefully, we don't get a lot more rain.
Yeah.
But if we can get half an inch a week, that would be great. That's what they want. And 65-degree nights.
Hey,
Yeah.
60-degree guarantee. That's what we want.
That's what we need.
That's what I want every day.
Those nights where we don't get below 65, that's where stuff really grows. They can, I mean, you can't, but they say you can hear the corn stalks grow when it's 65 or above at night.
I was always taught knee high by 4th of July.
Yep.
It's like full, like 6 feet high. It's because of the hybrids. It's because of all the seeds. Yeah, and that was, the old method, and that was great to be knee high by 4th of July. It's way above that now.
Well, I get nervous when it isn't, though. There's sometimes that I'll see a field and I'm like, "Ugh, it's not even close to my knees.
Now some of the hybrids can grow faster. It costs more, but they can put in a hybrid that, if they have to plant late, they can grow faster. There's a cutoff time, of course, because we only have so many days. We only have so many growing days. But they can grow it much faster than they used to grow it.
Yeah, well, there's nothing better than summer sweet corn, if I do say so myself.
Love corn.
And that, that comes out now. A lot of times you can get sweet corn on 4th of July.
Yes, my hand was stuck. What do we got going on today? Well, we can talk about my weekend. Taylor
There you
didn't
go.
know where I went, so we can
I
talk
figured
about
you
that.
went somewhere. But
Yeah, so I went to the Cleveland Cavaliers game.
Oh, are you a Cavaliers fan?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really a fan of
Was
anything.
was this in Indy?
No,
or in
I
Cleveland?
drove to,
I
to
thought you were going
Cleveland.
to Indy.
You
No,
went to
March Madness was down there,
Cleveland.
so they
Oh,
couldn't.
that's right.
They couldn't
That's
have the game
right.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, so went here. My friend's a Pacers fan for some reason. She just likes Tyrese Haliburton.
Okay.
Whatever. So I met
It's not
her
playing
there.
right now, but
That's
all
her.
right.
She's right there. But if you saw in the previous picture, Max Strus is up there, and that is my good friend, your friend, our friend, everybody's friend, Joe Strus's cousin. And so it was fun to see him play. I was texting Joe during the game,
Oh, that's right. I forgot
yeah,
about that.
so Max unfortunately did get hurt during the game.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't even
Really?
know about it. And Joe's texting me. He's like, oh no. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, Max went to the locker room. And I'm like,
Oh.
what happened? I didn't see it. And that's the annoying thing about in the arena. They don't
can't-
tell you
Yeah.
if anything's happening.
So what was it?
It was something with his wrist, and he ended up coming back into the game. And so I was giving Joe the updates from he was getting
Yeah.
taped up. I'm like, he's getting taped again. He's fine.
That's so
He's gonna play
funny.
again. So we had a fun time there with my
Cool.
friend Mackenzie and I. I drove there Sunday, drove back Sunday, got back here around 1 in the morning, 1:30ish. So yeah,
Jeez.
there was no way I was coming in yesterday.
Yeah, no, that would be a late night.
Yeah.
I've only
Pat
been
switched.
to one NBA game.
That was my first NBA game.
Yeah, saw the Pistons once. They're good again, but my whole life they have been bad. So I was like, I don't
It
really
was-
care.
I was a basketball cheerleader through high school and a little bit of college, so I've watched many basketball games, and I did not realize the in-game entertainment got to that level. My mouth was open, agape, many times, just of like, what is going
That
on?
actually,
Yeah, it's unhinged.
if you can go, you have HBO now, right?
I do now.
Go on HBO and go watch the series about the Lakers,
Okay.
about Jerry Buss, because he invented that.
Yeah.
Because the Lakers, they stunk when he bought them. And he said, he bought this place called the Forum, which was an awful place. But he made it the Fabulous Forum, and he's the one that started entertainment.
Okay.
He's responsible for all of that. Paula Abdul, she started as a Laker girl.
Okay.
She was one of the first people he hired to run the entertainment. And so he did this whole thing where, okay, the game may stink, but people are going to be entertained when
Sure.
they come to a game. And
Yeah.
so that's where it started probably, it's been like 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Um,
And like,
but
yeah, the
that's what
Tin
he
Caps
did.
have their game entertainment.
Well, not like the
No.
the
And not
NBA.
like the Cavaliers either.
NBA.
Like
the-
what? I guess, can you say?
Yeah, of course so. So the first one that was like, I was like astounded with, they're called the Wine and Oldies. So it's senior citizens that are a dance team for the
Wow.
Cavaliers.
Wait, that's so cute.
It was, and they're not bad. It's not like,
right.
no, it was choreographed
good.
everything, and that night must have been their reunion because they had past members there too. So it was like honestly 50 people on the court doing a synchronized number,
Love it.
and they're all older adults, and it was fantastic and so much fun. And then the other one was wheelchair basketball, which that one pops up every now and again everywhere, so that one was fun. Of course, the Cavaliers dancers. There's this drum corps that they had. I was just astounded
Lots,
with all
yeah.
of it. It was just nonstop. Like, what in the world?
Yeah.
They have their in-house DJ. There's so much.
Yeah, there's music playing during the game.
I
which is
didn't know that
weird.
either.
Yeah.
That was a first for me.
We were when the Mad Ants used to play here. It was kind of fun because the crowds were really small.
Sure.
And you'd sit right at courtside, and the boys were little, but they'd yell out. They'd be talking to the players the whole game, and the players would talk back.
Yeah.
And then they'd talk to the coach, and everybody was just talking, and it was like, yeah, they were playing a game, but they were also just like,
It was a social experiment.
yeah,
Like,
and they're
social
all
event.
talking the whole time. And now with a DJ, that's a little different.
Well, the music threw me off because I wasn't expecting it, one. Two, it doesn't like signify that the game started again, like they're in play.
Right.
And so the play would start to happen and I would be like, oh, we're going
Yeah.
again. And then they shifted music when they went from offense to defense, so that was a good indicator. But like, because the music was already going and it continued to go, there was no like, hey, they threw
back,
the
yeah.
game back into play. So
Interesting.
it was an interesting experience for me because
You have to pay attention.
yeah, you have to pay attention because it's not like that in NFL. They stop the music.
Right.
At least they used to. I don't.
Yeah, they
it's been a
do.
long time since I've
You
been to an
can't-
NFL
you
game.
can- and college too.
Yeah.
Because it you know, they want to hear what's going on.
Right, and especially
Sort of.
definitely in baseball because they want that quiet. So, but it is Masters weekend. Your
It
other
is.
half is a Masters fan.
And now I've turned into a golf
I
fan.
love watching the Masters.
Yes, it's such a prestige thing that, you know, I would love to go.
Oh
but
yeah.
I saw that they're adding 2 hours of coverage on Prime every day.
Are they really?
I don't know as if we need that.
No.
But I'm
CBS
sure
does
there's-
a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of golf people out there that definitely love it still.
And I like the part, I think that's great that they don't have cell phones out there.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you can keep people quiet.
No.
There's
No.
always somebody that's going to have their cell phone on.
Yes, there is. And even if you think it's quiet, I've done it myself. You think it's quiet, and it's
it's
just
And
not.
the guys, I mean, they concentrate and they're playing for millions of dollars.
Yes.
And they don't want to hear something go off right as they swing.
Oh gosh,
Right.
that's horrible. Yeah, I mean, there's so much concentration into just getting it off of the tee
Yeah.
that you don't think about.
Right.
Because I
Let
can't
me
get it.
get- yeah.
I was gonna say can't do it myself.
Yeah. I try. But I can't believe that I've gotten into golf as much as I have. I went to my first PGA tournament last year
Wow.
too. That was a hot one. That was end of June.
Yeah, I mean,
After it rained. Ooh.
yeah.
and
Whenever I would hang out with Adam and Joe, and of course director Shane,
Yeah.
they would always have golf in the background, and I'm just like, guys,
It's still a snooze fest to me, but
So
like
boring.
I know golfers. I watched the Full Swing series on Netflix is pretty good just to get to know who these
Sure.
guys are. So, yeah, but yeah, exciting
then-
weekend.
I just literally pre-gamed Masters one year.
That's so funny. Did you really?
Yes, pre-gamed it. Then went to Buffalo Wild Wings and watched. I think it was the year Tiger won again. No, that's not right. That can't be right. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But no, it's a good time.
That's funny.
And he's done amazing things for the game of golf.
Yeah.
I know he's in a
Not
bad
not
place
recently,
right now.
but you know.
Things are
Yeah,
a little
he's kind
tough
of in
right
a
now.
Bad place right now.
Yep.
He's not in the country, but
Yep.
he did really do some amazing things.
Yeah, no, he is a very
I
talented.
mean, ever since it
golfer.
was like before he was in college, he was pretty good. And then he played. I think he played when he was at Stanford. He played in the Masters when he was at
Oh,
Stanford.
it was Tiger. It was 2019. I was right.
Yeah, I was like, it was one
Go
of the
me.
recent ones. Yeah. So.
Because
but-
I just remember being a little intoxicated, and just like, yeah, diarrhea, and just like feeling that momentum of, he's back.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all coming back to
A
me.
couple of courses like where my parents live, and they used to go out, and you could volunteer as well. But there's
Oh.
like 2 big tournaments in San Diego. Torrey Pines is this amazing course that's a public course. You have to get up and you have to basically camp out to get a place because they book them, you know, whoever's there. It's kind of like
First come, first serve.
yeah, it's kind of like in Scotland, same thing. St. Andrews is the same thing.
Okay.
And then there's a private course there that's just that is in Carlsbad that's just like gorgeous. That they have another tournament on, and they ask locals to volunteer, and you can, and I mean you get to see everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
yeah. To be one of those ushers,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Have you actually gone out golfing?
Yes.
Okay.
I used to golf a lot.
Oh, okay. I feel
when I
like
was
you would be
younger.
a golfer.
Yeah, my mom's house is on a course out where we live in
nice.
Michigan. So I just started golfing. My grandpas all golf, my dad did. So, you know, I just gave it a shot, but then stopped after a long time. And
I used to
I
golf
try.
every single day.
I try.
It's
Used to
probably
go
better
out.
than I can do.
I
So
used to
It's
go
hard.
out by when I lived by Foster Park, and I used to go out every day, and I'd meet these older guys would have tea times,
Of
and so
course.
I always would get paired up with somebody because I just played by myself.
Yeah.
And I got paired up with this group, and it was Sam and Barney were the two regulars, and there was one or two others sometimes. But you know, they were hilarious because Sam never stopped talking, and then Barney used to get pissed off
Oh,
at
yeah.
Sam because he was trying to get, and he had bifocals, and he had a hard time. And later on, I found out my mailman was Barney's son.
no way.
And he's like,
Small
hey,
world.
you used to play golf with my dad, Barney.
That's funny.
And it, you know, so it was kind of, he's retired, but yeah, we used to talk about Barney a lot. But
Well, Barney liked his silence.
yeah,
Yeah. We like Foster Park. Foster Park's a good.
and they're
little course
redoing
that-
it. It's going to be
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to put good grass in, and I mean, bent grass, and it was fine before. There's a couple of fairways that are really long, and I love those long fairways.
We're just lucky to have city courses that people can go to
Right.
instead of everything being private.
Private.
So that's
Yeah.
very nice to have those.
Well, and it's
Yes.
way cheaper
yes, that too.
Yes.
That is also the very nice thing.
because they're subsidized. But,
Yes.
I mean, some of those courses now, I mean, it's like $60 just to go out and play, and you know, you can't afford $60 a day.
No, it's so expensive.
And then
anymore.
membership I had a membership years ago at
That's an
Chestnut
expensive
Hills.
hobby.
Yeah, it was like, back then it was like $2,500 for the summer.
Yeah, it's very
But-
expensive when you throw your clubs into the
Right.
Yes.
ponds too.
yes.
So.
That yeah, and golf balls too. That
Oh,
adds up.
lose
The more
all
you lose. Yeah.
Lose your
And
patience.
then
lose
like
your
the
golf
country
balls.
Right.
club in Sycamore Hills is a whole nother
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
I had friends that were members of both. I still do, but I'm not good enough to play there anymore. I was never good enough to play at Sycamore, but that was fun because it's just like the country club is like a whole different.
Yeah.
Trying to remember what course I went to with
Fort Wayne Country Club
Adam.
is really nice.
I went to Colonial Oaks.
Okay.
Is where I've been.
That's right up the street. in
I was
Hillsborough.
gonna say,
Yeah.
isn't that down the road? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a nice course. No complaints.
I have not golfed it, but did a few stories at Cherry Hill. That's a very nice one as well.
That's like, it used to be anyway, like the sister course of Chestnut Hills.
Okay.
And then Chestnut Hills was Fuzzy Zeller. I forgot who
Fuzzy
did.
Zeller.
Yeah, he was a professional golfer
Oh.
a long time ago. He just died recently, but he was on the tour forever. So he designed that course. And then Jack Nicklaus, that was the big thing about Sycamore. Jack Nicklaus designed that course, which was a huge deal because he doesn't do very many courses, or he didn't.
Is that where they would have the Matt Anthony Pro-Am? Oh,
Okay.
That
Well,
makes
they'd
sense.
switch it back and forth between the Fort Wayne Country Club and Sycamore.
Okay.
And Sycamore is just, I mean, it's so hard. And then they could make it, they've had some PGA stuff there too. And they can make it even harder because they can grow the grass and stuff. And it's just, if you can make par at Sycamore, you're a tremendous golfer.
Well, if that's you, send us a shot on Morning Coffee at WANE.com. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick news and weather break. We'll be right back.
You're watching local coverage you can count on. This is Wayne 15 First News.
Good morning. The Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission hosted a listening session on energy affordability. This follows the launch of an investigative inquiry by the IURC last month and a meeting with the state's investor-owned utilities. Chairman Andy Zay says the commission has been receiving many complaints this spring. The IURC took public comments last night in New Haven. Residents voiced concerns about high energy bills, delivery charges, and other line items on bills.
And following my utility rates going up the last several years, and like everybody else, you're kind of curious to see why, and found some things I thought were surprising as far as a lot of additional line items, adding things. So I just came here to question that, why the bill has so many numerous charges on it. Other nearby utility companies don't seem to have. They have a very simple bill, but yet we have all these additional charges.
Zay says after these 10 listening sessions, the IURC will compile a report and decide next steps. Early voting starts today for the May primaries. In Allen County, it's available at the Rousseau Center from 8 to 4:30 on weekdays. Other locations and Saturday hours will be added later this month. New this election season, Allen County will switch to vote centers. That means registered voters can cast ballots at any polling location. There are 53 of them. Local election officials say it's about convenience. You can find a link to vote center locations and early voting information on Wayne.com. A school bus driver in Steuben County was caught on her phone while driving after the bus overturned with a student on board. It happened yesterday morning in the 5500 block of South County Road 300 East. Police say 71-year-old Janie Hammond was driving when the bus drifted off the side of the road and overturned. Surveillance footage showed her distracted by her phone. The bus driver and a 19-year-old student got out safely. Hammond was issued a citation.
Traffic Tracker 15 is brought to you by the O'Daniel Auto Group. Get over Kelly Blue Book value at bigmoneyforcars.com.
Airport Expressway has lane restrictions between Smith Road and Ardmore Avenue. Crews are making road improvements. That work is expected to be finished April 30th. Here's Greg with the forecast.
Well, we do have skies that are sunny. That's the good news. Bad news is it is going to be cold, especially for this time of year when the normal high is about 58 degrees. We're only going to get up to 43, even with all that sunshine through this afternoon. Now, clear skies tonight, temperatures fall to about 27 degrees. And then these clouds come in tomorrow morning. Now, those clouds are kind of a good thing. They indicate some warmth that is headed our way, and it will warm up pretty rapidly. Wednesday's high, mid-60s, and we'll look for lower 70s. It's going to be windy and warm on Thursday, just ahead of a weather system that comes in bringing some showers late Thursday night, and into Friday. A little cooler on Saturday, and then temperatures back up into the 80-degree range on Sunday.
Welcome back to Morning Coffee on this Tuesday morning. We are all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed because I don't think any of us stayed up and watched the game last night. No?
I checked on it a couple of times.
You're a Michigan fan, so.
Oh, I definitely did, but also just because the schedule's off and I'm up,
yeah.
So.
Well, I hear it was at least a good game.
Yeah, it got close there though at the end. UConn tried to make a push, but those fouls, man, not on their side at all. So,
well, what the story I read this morning, Michigan only had 2 threes the entire game.
Right, and I
crazy.
was shocked to hear that. I didn't watch the whole game. I just tuned in, I guess, for the last 10-ish minutes of it. But yeah,
Did Bobby Hurley behave, or was he out of control?
Seemed fine. We turned it off like right after the
okay.
buzzer, you know, they were like, okay, they're national champs. I was like, okay, I need to try to sleep.
3-point difference.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, no, it's great. I know, obviously, what has it been? 37 years?
They
They've
weren't
been
they
at it for a
ahead though?
while.
Were they ahead the whole game?
I
Basically.
believe
I
they had
think
control
so.
most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah, because I
I
looked
think
at.
so.
I woke up around halftime and they had a decent lead.
Yeah. But no, it's good. I'm glad that they're bringing home a natty.
Yep.
We're
Big
in
winners.
the positive outlook right now. Positive news. It
And
hasn't been so
the
great.
Big Ten is like
Big Ten's
it's
killing
on
it.
fire.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
So Michigan in the Big Ten won for men's basketball. UCLA won women's.
Yay.
And then Indiana, of course, won football.
That was their first ever. The women's.
The women's?
UCLA, yeah, that was their
Nice.
first national championship ever. The men's have been storied. I mean, when I was a kid, it was anyway.
Yeah.
But the women's had never won. They were, I think, they were in the final last year and lost because they were number one the whole year last year. But it was all seniors. The women's game is much different because they actually, they have a bunch of seniors on the team that are, that are great players. The problem is that they're losing all their seniors, so I don't know what the
Not
rebuilding is going to be
quite
like.
the same transfer portal situation on the
Well,
women's side.
they do use it.
Yeah.
They can. I think it's the same rules.
Okay.
I don't know. And Pat says they use it frequently, so they could probably put together a team like that. And people are going to want to go there because they were the
Oh, yeah.
national championship. And what we were talking about yesterday was that it's nice to have different teams winning.
Yeah.
Because it used to be
Yes.
like 2 or 3 teams that won everything. And so now this is a different team that's never won before.
Right.
And they can, and that actually, that's going to bring viewership up
Yeah.
too because people want to see that.
Yeah, and big shout out to the D2 winners, Gannon Golden Knights from Erie, Pennsylvania.
There you go.
Go
All right. Right on.
Gannon. I was happy to see they won. All right, let's get into it. We've got our final stakes here. Better Half coming away as the top winner for
She killed it.
morning coffee.
She did really well.
She landslide victory over Clayton there. So
She picked
congrats.
the right teams.
Better Half. I don't know if she's
That was
back
the
behind
first, that was
or
her
in the studio.
first ever
me. Really?
bracket. Yep.
First ever. Good job, Better Half. Go
Dang.
you. Unfortunately, she does not win any money from this one.
It's bragging rights, right?
But Pat did pull Michigan for the big pool at work. So
Oh, yeah,
he
that's right.
is
He's
the big
in the
winner
money.
there. Yes. And then director Tim won the Wayne overall one. So
Nice.
he
Oh,
gets
good
some
for
money
T-Bone.
there. So
Nice.
yes, T-Bone gets the money. Better Half has bragging rights and the money from the other half. And I get my $20 back.
Hey, you know what? That's not too bad.
I think we can all,
That's what I did last year.
yeah, I think we're all okay with that.
I was going to say, could be another Big Ten win. I know hockey's not, I guess college hockey.
The Frozen Four,
Frozen
that's
Four.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
Michigan plays Denver on Thursday night, I believe.
Okay.
for
So is that
the championship
it
game.
is? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Boston College is for not in it for
Nope.
once.
Nope.
That's the only thing I really know
We
about college
had,
hockey is
Yeah,
Boston is
the-
just
yeah.
killing it.
We had
always.
the was it D1? I don't remember if it was
Well,
D1 or
Mercyhurst
D2.
Women's is also
We had it here though. They had it
Oh,
at
really?
the Coliseum
Oh.
several years ago. They had
How cool.
part of the Frozen Four.
Nice.
interesting.
And the ice was not, I don't know what they did with the ice. They messed up the ice somehow, so it wasn't as good for that. But they did have it. It was really cool.
Wow.
You could buy a
I
ticket.
wish I would have been here for that.
I don't remember whether it was Division II or Division I, but it was a pretty big deal.
Purdue doesn't have a hockey team, right?
No,
I don't
not
think
all the
so.
Big Ten. That's. I think there is a. There is a Big Ten league now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they used to be in the league with Notre Dame, and but they've got enough teams now.
Yeah. Yeah. They still play them throughout the season, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a big deal. So that could be another one that they add to that category.
Fun.
Yeah, it's usually the Minnesota schools too that do really well,
Yep.
like Bemidji State, and
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
It's in their
just
blood, the northern
Yeah.
states.
checking this out.
their high school championships are like in
I bet. Minnesota
are out of control.
It's like football in Texas,
Right.
but
Yeah. I mean, they have it in their pro rink, and there's like 10,000 people there. It's awesome.
And I forget always. You were Eastern Michigan? Western Michigan?
For what?
College? I can
Where I
never
went to
remember.
school?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't go to school in Michigan.
Oh, why did I think you did? Whoops.
I wish I did.
Whoops.
No, I just went to small school in Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, that's fine. No biggie. But yeah, no, I wish I did. I look back, it's like, oh, yes, it was great. I got that experience to play a collegiate sport. I wouldn't trade that for the world, but at the same time, I wish I would have known what it would have been like to be just a student.
Sure.
And just go to a big school, at least for a little bit. But
Yeah.
U of M's hard to get into. I wish.
U of M's, it's a very good school. They have a good meteorology school there too.
Yeah.
And it's selective. I
mean-
think they have a very small, I mean, IU is good, but not like that. IU, the Kelly School of Business is hard to get into.
Sure.
But the school, I mean, it's not easy, but it's certainly not, Michigan standards are way up
I
there.
feel like most big schools' standards are pretty high.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's like, but Michigan, I think it's like 10% or something. I mean, it's really high.
Yeah, because I definitely, like, when I was applying to schools, I was just like, I'm a pretty decent student,
Right.
but I'm not that good of a student.
Right. I think when Adam was applying to colleges, because he ended up going to Central Michigan.
This is what I'm probably thinking. I
Yes,
knew
yes,
this is
he
what
went
I'm
to
thinking.
Central. I think he said that he was like, I know I'm not going to get into Michigan, but I want to see what happens. I think he said he was waitlisted, but yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
And usually the people that I went to high school with, unless they were like the super uber smart people, they just went to the community college.
Well,
in our
that
county,
is the super uber
and
smart
then
people because they save money.
Yes. And then they, get their associates
Yeah.
and then go there in their
Well,
third year.
and they had this thing in California. I don't know if they still do this, but all the community colleges, all the JCs, if you were a total mess up in high school, you could go to the JC, and if you got at least a C average, you could go to the state school. Like you could get into, because there's no way like anybody was getting into the, UCs were the top, and then there was a state school. Now you have to have an A+ average to get into any of them.
Yeah. it's
Fortunately, I
crazy.
had really high test scores, so
Not
'cause I
me.
was not a good. I sloughed off in high school, but for some reason my SAT was like,
My school doesn't even take those anymore.
yeah.
I know.
That's where I went. But hey, I had a very good education for what I went to school for, I think. But no, I dreamed of going to UCLA as a kid.
Really?
Yes. There was a huge, I feel like my specific generation, there was such a huge push for California life.
It was.
That's-
It would have
yeah.
been expensive because
Yeah.
you're out of state.
Somewhere out west.
Yeah, so, because like we had Laguna Beach was the TV show. I wanted to be there so bad. We had Hollister, which was all like California inspired clothing. So like that was the dream for me as
Yeah,
a
that
teenager.
lifestyle.
My grandmother, I don't know why she had it, but she had this little place in Laguna Beach, which was, you could see, like, it was like overlooking Laguna Beach. It was small. It was like as big as an apartment, like a 2-bedroom apartment.
Sure.
But it had a pool there too, and then you could just like go right down to the beach.
Okay, can
That
I
was-
move in?
Right,
That's
exactly.
my dream.
Does not have it anymore.
No,
of
no,
course.
no.
But yeah, that was fun because we could go anytime to that, and because she never used it, but I guess I just didn't consider it because I grew up there. So it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, it's a big deal, Greg. It's a big deal.
I guess I had the same thing when I was younger too, Sierra. I wanted to go to Arizona State for the longest time.
Okay.
ASU.
Loved Arizona. I still do. But yeah.
They have the biggest correspondence campus in the United States now. ASU does. In fact, one of my friends, he's a business professor there, and he'd never been there until last summer.
Okay.
He teaches online. Everything's
Well,
online with
Yeah,
him.
and they have the partnership with Starbucks that you get free
Free, I
tuition
think, yeah.
through Arizona's online university.
Yeah, he teaches business. He's the one I know from TJ's.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
manager of TJ's, but he also
My
he
TJ's,
teaches
not my TJ's.
he teaches business.
Okay.
At ASU, and they have a really good correspondence.
Interesting.
Journalism too there. I know that they I've always had a,
You just don't want to be there during the summer.
it's, yeah.
I have a friend, I used to work with her in Erie. She is now an anchor in Phoenix. And
Really?
she posts pictures all the time of how much she loves the heat. And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
That's a different heat, though.
It is.
But during August and September, it's monsoonal season. It's horrid.
Yeah.
They get the haboobs.
Yeah,
They get sandstorms.
we love the boobs.
They get sandstorms like
Yuck.
it's pretty bad, and sometimes you can't see. I mean, yeah, I don't know. A lot
Yeah,
of
but they don't
people-
have whiteout snow conditions, though. So.
No, during this
Pick
during
your poison.
Yep.
during the winter, it's a great place to live.
Yeah.
My uncle was a anchor in Phoenix long ago, and that was who I had to go see before I got into the business because my parents thought it was stupid that I was getting into the business.
Funny,
They're like, go see Uncle Bill.
My nephew is about to be a senior in high school next year, and he's like, I think I want to do journalism. So my
Cool.
sister. My sister said,
good for him.
why don't you talk to your aunt about it?
Right.
And so I said, pick something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I
Pick
would say
something
that
else.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Pick
It's
something
changed
else.
so much.
Back then, I wouldn't say that. But he told me he was brutally honest about things and people, and he was right on. I thought it was stupid that I had to go there, but after I visited him, I was very happy that I did.
I'm very thankful I had a professor that was very, very honest,
yeah.
about it all.
Yep. Same.
So I didn't have a lot of false expectations. You know, a lot of people don't really expect to work holidays when they enter the workforce, but
Right.
it's kind of a given here. So that's definitely something that was drilled into our heads.
Yeah.
She's like,
24/7.
say goodbye to your family.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, whatever.
365, 24/7.
That's so funny. We all had some sort of connection to Arizona TV, whatever,
Yeah.
something. So my grandfather was a meteorologist for a really long
Really?
time. That's what. I never told you this, Greg.
Wow.
I
don't
swear I
remember
have.
if you did.
Yeah, he. Gosh, where did he start out with? One of the Dakotas. I forget. That was his first station. Then I think he went somewhere else, and then he landed a job in Phoenix.
Oh, cool.
And then him and my grandmother got married. I was the reason why they moved back to Michigan. though.
Aw.
So, because they lived out there, and they I think they want to move back out there. But
He might have known my uncle.
what station was it at?
I don't remember, but maybe PNX. His name was Bill Stoll. It was a
Okay.
long.
I'll
it
ask
was
him.
like 30 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
That Bill was, he was the main anchor, and then he was also, this is hilarious, he also he got bored because he was very intelligent, so he became a sex therapist.
Oh gosh. Okay.
That is
But he-
definitely
That is
interesting.
He
a
was,
career change.
Well, he was doing it at the same time he was anchoring, but
Oh, okay.
he concentrated on sex offenders actually, and was in the
Interesting.
prisons and stuff like that.
Sure.
And he was very into it. When I talked to him, he was very into it.
Did he have like a psychology background too?
no, he just went back to school and got it.
Oh,
Yeah, because
all right.
he
that
was
bored.
bored.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bored anchoring, and he was like an old-time anchor who, the prompter always went out, and so he said, it doesn't matter to me because I've memorized every single story and every single script. So I just, I
Could
go into
never be
No.
me.
Old, he was an old style anchor, you
Yeah.
know. Plus he was really intelligent. He was
I could
just so
probably
smart.
tell you like one sentence about each story. It's my limit.
Right.
Yeah, that was the old Cronkite
Cronkite.
school of,
Yeah.
all those old guys,
Yeah.
they knew everything. They didn't have to have, if the teleprompter went down, no problem.
Yeah. He got put on some good assignments. He's told me a lot of good stories. The one I tell everybody is he got sent out to Area 51.
Oh,
Him and his
cool.
photographer
Fun.
went past the threshold you're supposed to or allowed to. Just, trying to push their boundaries a
Sure,
little bit.
sure.
They knew what,
Better to say sorry than ask for permission.
Right. But yeah, he was like, they got pretty close to attacking us. So we had to go back to where we were allowed to be. But I forget what, they sent him out on a lot of crazy different things, not just doing the weather or whatnot. And he was all for it. He did this haunting series
Oh,
about
cool.
ghosts of Phoenix. Yeah, it was,
That's really
he loved
cool.
it. So, yeah.
What station did he work for?
It was Fox 10.
Okay.
Yes.
So my friend works at the CBS station there.
Okay.
So
There you go.
representation all around.
Right? Yeah.
Did he continue to do meteorologist when in Michigan?
Yes. So
Okay.
then he went to Channel 7 in Detroit, WXYZ. He was the weekend evening meteorologist. I remember watching him
Oh,
on
that's so
TV when I was
cool.
really young. I
How
think.
did I not know about this either?
Yeah. He's the reason why I'm here today.
I was about
So
to say, did he try to dissuade you, or did you?
I would say persuade. I was really young though, because they took me out to Phoenix for spring break when I was in 5th grade,
Oh,
and
fun.
we went to the station, and I was like, oh, "This is what I want to do," and stuck with that ever since.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
yeah, so but yeah, he did that for a couple years, and then I think he retired after that, and was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yeah, I'm done." So, you know,
We get it.
Yeah,
We get
yeah.
it. Yeah, I mean, my grandpa is the reason why I'm in this business, not because he was in the business,
Yeah.
but he was in volunteer fire police
okay.
captain, and he sadly died in the line of duty.
Oh wow.
It was a medical thing, not like anything bad or anything, but I found out from a crawl on the news.
Oh
jeez.
gosh.
Because my mom hadn't told me yet. And as a 9-year-old, I don't remember how old I was a little bit more intelligent than most, so
Yeah.
like she probably didn't even think to be like, oh, it's gonna, like, I should probably tell her. So I already knew my grandpa died, and it was a weird morning, but that was the moment I'm like, I don't like being the last to know things.
Yeah. Okay,
And
that's
so-
an interesting way to get into this then.
Yes, and so that's kind of where I've shaped my love for journalism, is finding out things. And I also would watch the news with my grandparents
Yep.
pretty much every night when I was with them, so I kind of
Yeah.
have that love there.
Yeah. There's never been a night where 6:30 hits
Yep.
and, you know, the national news is on. Or,
Charlie Gibson for
Yep,
me.
Yeah. Who did we have on? Lester Holt.
Mm.
I think my mom liked a lot. Sorry, CBS.
I
But
never
hey,
watched CBS.
Yeah, yeah. It
How
just
is
wasn't
it?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't on in the household. So
No, my grandparents were ABC loyalists.
yeah, yeah.
Until I started working in the market.
Yeah.
And they had to switch.
Hey, you know.
I'm
not
pretty
so
sure
bad.
she switched back to ABC after I moved out of the market. But
And in LA, the news started coming on like at 3:30, and my mom would have it on. It would be on. We couldn't switch the channel.
yeah.
Even though there was a ton of channels.
I was about to say, you didn't have probably many channels back
No,
then,
we
did
did.
you?
We did.
Yeah, apparently you did, though. So
Yeah, there were like 28 channels.
that
you could
is
get.
big. Wow.
Yeah, and then the other channels, like the station that Nexstar, our parent company, owns, KTLA, they were owned by Gene Autry. I don't know if you know who that is. He was an old cowboy star.
I think we've talked
Yeah.
about this before.
And
And
he
I've
had a
Googled him.
museum at the station, and then he would come on all the time and talk to people. And then he owned the Angels,
Okay. Yes.
the Anaheim Angels, and so he would go back and forth with the Angels and everything, and they were on his station. And then all of those stations, like KTLA, there was Channel 11, there was Channel 13, KCOY, all of them would play like repeats of all the old series, like of all the old TV shows. Like Batman.
Oh boy.
And
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
yeah, I had no idea that it was campy. I thought it was totally serious.
Batman?
Yeah, when I was little,
Oh.
I was like, "This is really good," but it's very serious. And then,
Serious stuff, crime fighting.
It is.
yeah, and then, but they had all the old shows, I Dream of Jeannie and that stuff, and they'd play. I mean, that's what they'd play all day, which was really cool.
Yeah. I grew up in the modern news era where 5 o'clock, everything started.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever had the 4s.
No, not that I remember.
Well, when you got a big metro,
Yeah,
there's
Erie
always
is
people like
a metropolis.
Yes, it's huge.
Not even in the slightest. Love Erie, but
And they used to, the funniest thing is they never did real news until like, I think 20 years ago they finally started. But they do star news. It was all glamour. And they wouldn't talk about murder, they wouldn't talk about crime, and you know there's a ton of crime.
Yeah.
Unless it was a serial killer. Then they would cover it. But they did not they just didn't cover. They covered stars because they were glamorous.
Yeah.
It was just really weird.
Well, it's all weird for a reason.
Yeah, it was strange that they never. Now they're all about it.
Oh, yeah.
All about crime and all that stuff, but they were not.
I
just didn't cover
watched
it.
a documentary. It's probably over 10 years old at this point, but it was about stringers in LA and how they're just like mean nitty gritty to try and get that one shot. And I'm just like, could never be
Crazy.
me.
Yeah.
Like, we all have a little bit of competitive edge because of the nature of the business, but
Right.
not like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they would
Crazy.
give, like in Chicago too, you get a 3-month contract. So you either make it or you don't.
I think
And you knew when your picture was not on the news director's wall anymore that you were gone.
yeah, the LA ones, it was just basically whoever gets it first and whoever has the better shot. And the only way you knew is if your name was on the screen. So it was either like on scene TV, which is one that you see all the time. I don't remember what the other ones were, but it was fascinating to watch them. Like, they're in their cars listening to their scanners. And
Yeah.
it's crazy.
The problem is, and then getting there, because
Yes,
you can't
I'm
get
sure.
anywhere anymore.
Well, it's at night usually, so they don't
Yeah.
really have too much traffic to worry about. Well, we got about 3 minutes. This is your last morning shift for the time being.
Yeah.
Anything going on? Wedding plans?
Oh gosh.
All underway?
You people would know if we'd had something going on. No. I think we're gonna go the non-traditional route.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, just everybody's just like, just don't even do it. It's such a hassle. It's not worth dealing with family, just with people. And I don't.
And money and all that
Well,
stuff.
yeah, and that's like the
Money.
huge thing is I just think it's so ridiculous just for one day.
If you guys don't care to have that, do
I
it your way.
I definitely don't. But if it were all up to me, we're going to Ireland and we're eloping next to a cliff. That's where we're going.
That's like my dream too.
Like,
Get
I
out of
don't
my head,
care.
Taylor.
I don't care.
The Cliffs of Moher, get me there.
Right. It's just an opportunity to, while, kids aren't in the picture or anything like that, just to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Check it off the list. You can't always do that. So,
We did a small wedding. My parents had spent $50,000, which was a lot of money back when my sister got married.
It's
in
a
the
lot of money
country
now.
club. In
Yeah.
a country club, like it was like beautiful reception and everything, but it was one day.
Yeah.
And so we got married in the Fort Wayne Women's Club.
Right.
Okay.
You were telling us
Yeah,
about
in
that.
front of the fireplace.
Yeah,
I
so
love
what do they call it now?
It's part of the chamber now, I think.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
place that Sweetwater just bought downtown.
yeah.
It's got it was beautiful because they had like it was a club, but they had this fireplace, we shouldn't have had 100 people in there. It was probably too much. We should have had 50, but we just had to invite so and so, and then it just got and then it opened up into this room, which was like their big room, that they had art shows and stuff in.
You
stage.
can always, spend all that money and get divorced anyway. So there is all that too.
we spent our own money, and it was all paid for,
Yep.
and then it was done.
Yeah. I had mine in an old department store. Yeah. It was nice for what it was.
Yeah.
On that note,
There
we'll
we
leave
go.
you here. Go Tin Cabs, get your ticket. That way you
Yes.
can go some other time in April when it's a bit warmer.
But if you are dressed warm, please, you'll
Yes.
need it.
We'll see you back here for morning coffee tomorrow. Have a great day.